to Sports Love Media on YouTube. It's your guy Sports Love with Hoops and Pucks and Wednesdays. Oh my. We are in Season 1, Episode 4. In today's live stream, we will discuss men and women's college basketball in terms of who's playing and my picks for who's going to win those games. We'll look at the NBA games. We'll look at the NBA G League games. And we will look at NHL hockey games. That's for the hoops and pucks part. The Wednesdays, oh my, all games that we discuss will be taking place today on Wednesday, November 26th. Before I get into anything, just know there were other games that took place earlier today. I was going to do the live stream earlier, but I had some things going on, and so we're just going to do it with the way that we are. So this stream may not be as long as your standard ones because I'm not going to discuss games that have already happened. This is a thing where we make picks, and I can't discuss games that's already happened when it comes to making picks. So before getting into the college hoops aspect of things, let's look at the Associated Press poll top 25 for college women's basketball and the AP poll top 25 for college men's basketball. We'll start with the women. Number 1, UConn. Number 2, South Carolina. Number 3, UCLA. Number 4, Texas. Number 5, LSU. Number 6, Michigan. Number 7, Maryland. Number 8, TCU. Number 9, Oklahoma. Number 10, Iowa State. Number 11, Iowa. Number 12, North Carolina. Number 13, Ole Miss. Number 14, Tennessee. Number 15, Baylor. Number 16, Kentucky. Number 17, Vanderbilt. Number 18, USC. Number 19, Notre Dame. Number 20, Michigan State. Number 21, West Virginia. Number 22, Washington. Number 23, Louisville. Number 24, Oklahoma State. Number 25, North Carolina State. Now, in the men's AP poll top 25, you have number 1, Purdue. Number 2, Arizona. Number 3, Houston. Number 4, Duke. Number 5, UConn. Number 6, Louisville. Number 7, Michigan. Number 8, Alabama. Number 9, BYU. Number 10, Florida. Number 11, Michigan State. Number 12, Gonzaga. Number 13, Illinois. Number 14, St. John's. Number 15, Iowa State. Number 16, North Carolina. Number 17, Tennessee. Number 18, UCLA. Number 19, Kentucky. Number 20, Texas Tech. Number 21, Auburn. Number 22, Arkansas. Number 23, North Carolina State. Number 24, Vanderbilt. And number 25, Indiana. And to you that has come in the room at Twix. And I'm not sure who the other one is. So thanks to everyone who's come in today. I do appreciate that very, very much. Now, again, there are some college games that have already taken place, so I will not be discussing those, but I will go over the games that have not yet been played, and I will make my picks for those. And I'm going to kind of do this kind of quickly, so some of these games will be starting within an hour or so. I have Lipscomb versus Marshall, Navy versus Gardner-Webb. I'm going to have Marshall defeat Lipscomb. Navy versus Gardner-Webb. I have Navy winning that one. Boston College will be playing Harvard. I will be going Boston College. And I'm looking at the men right now, the men's games. I have Manhattan versus Wagner. I will go Manhattan on that one. Virginia Tech versus Colorado State. I'm going to go Virginia Tech to win that one. You have Samford versus Utah Valley. I'm going to go Samford to beat Utah Valley. You have Air Force Air Force playing Northern Colorado. Air Force to win that one. You have DeQuesne versus Central State in Ohio. I'm going to go DeQuesne to win that one. You have Idaho State versus Sam Houston. Idaho State to win over Sam Houston. You have number 12 Kentucky playing Tennessee Tech. I'm going to have number 12 Kentucky beating Tennessee Tech. You have St. Mary's in Maryland versus Howard. I'm going to have St. Mary's in Maryland beating Howard. You have the Citadel playing Houston Christian. I'm going to go the Citadel to beat Houston Christian. You have Pepperdine versus Fresno State. I'm going to have Pepperdine beat Fresno State. You have Southeast Louisiana versus UNC Wilmington. I'm going to have UNC Wilmington defeat Southeast Louisiana. You have Kennesaw State versus Florida Gulf Coast. I'm going to have Florida Gulf Coast beat Kennesaw State. You have Eastern Michigan versus Cincinnati, and I'm going to go Eastern Michigan over Cincinnati. You have Fairfield over Columbia, and I'm going to go Fairfield to defeat Columbia. You have College of Biblical Studies versus Texas Southern. I'm going to go College of Biblical Studies over Texas Southern. You have Louisiana Tech versus Indiana State. I'm going to go Louisiana Tech over Indiana State. You have Wichita State versus St. Mary's. I'm going to go Wichita State over St. Mary's for the win. You have Southern Illinois versus Memphis. Southern Illinois to defeat Memphis. Northern Arizona versus Southeast Missouri State. I'm going to go Northern Arizona to defeat Southeast Missouri State. South Dakota State versus UC Irvine. I'm going to go South Dakota State over UC Irvine. You have Denver versus Wyoming. I'm going to go Wyoming to defeat Denver. You have NJH over Louisville. I'm going to have Louisville defeat NJIT, sorry. You have Alabama State versus New Mexico. I'm going to have Alabama State defeat New Mexico. I will have Idaho defeat Cal State Northridge. And the last of the men's games that I know of that have not been played yet are Long Beach State versus Portland. There was a host of games that they didn't really know who was going to be playing who, and it's kind of one of those things that were predetermined, and I don't have that information, or I would go over it. So, I'm sorry about the music. I didn't expect that to go on. So, next we have Duke versus South Carolina in women's basketball. I have South Carolina to defeat Duke. Winthrop versus SMU. I have Winthrop to defeat SMU. You have Michigan versus Detroit Mercy. I'm going to have Michigan defeat Detroit Mercy. You have UTSA versus Grand Canyon. I'm going to go Grand Canyon over UTSA. You have Cal State Northridge versus Life Pacific. And I'm going to have Cal State Northridge defeat Life Pacific. You have Creighton versus UNLV. I'm going to go Creighton defeating UNLV. You have Northern Arizona versus Northern Iowa. I'm going to have Northern Arizona defeat Northern Iowa. I have St. Bonaventure game versus Cleveland State. I'm going to choose St. Bonaventure over Cleveland State. You have Maryland versus Kentucky. I'm going to go Maryland to defeat Kentucky. I'm going to, let's see, you got Arkansas versus Southern Illinois. I'm going to go Southern Illinois over Arkansas. You have Western Kentucky over Illinois. And I'm going to have Illinois defeat Western Kentucky. You have Western Illinois versus Iowa. I'm going to have Iowa defeat Western Illinois. You have Auburn versus California. I'm going to have Auburn defeat California. And you got Weber State versus Utah. And I'm going to have Utah defeat Weber State. Now, before moving on to other basketball, let's go back over the Associated Press polls that we have for the men and the women. Let's go over that real quick. In the AP poll, top 25 for the women. Let's see, we'll go top 25 for the women first. Again, in the top 25, let's see, hello to everyone who... Yes, these games are all taking place within the United States. Some of the names of these teams are teams you probably don't hear of very much, but they are all Division I teams, and they're all within the United States. Hello to everybody who's come in that I didn't name. Jaden, some names I can't see or pronounce, but for everyone who's come in, thank you very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, the AP poll top 25 for college women's basketball. Number 1, UConn. Number 2, South Carolina. Number 3, UCLA. Number 4, Texas. Number 5, LSU. Number 6, Michigan. Number 7, Maryland. Number 8, TCU. Number 9, Oklahoma. Number 10, Iowa State. Number 11, Iowa. Number 12, North Carolina. Number 13, Ole Miss. Number 14, Tennessee. Number 15, Baylor. 16 is Kentucky. 17 is Vanderbilt. 18 is USC. 19 is Notre Dame. 20 is Michigan State. 21 is West Virginia. 22 is Washington. Number 23 is Louisville. Number 24 is Oklahoma State. Number 25 is North Carolina State, commonly called NC State. Now, for the men top 25 in the AP poll, again, that will be number 1, Purdue, number 2, Arizona, number 3, Houston, number 4, Duke, number 5, UConn, number 6, Louisville, number 7, Michigan, number 8, Alabama, number 9, BYU, number 10, Florida, number 11, Michigan State, number 12, Gonzaga, number 13, Illinois, number 14, St. John's, number 15, Iowa State, number 16, North Carolina, number 17, Tennessee, number 18, UCLA, number 19, Kentucky, number 20, Texas Tech, number 21, Auburn, number 22, Arkansas, 23 is North Carolina State or NC State, number 24 is Vanderbilt, and number 25 is Indiana. Now, there's only a few games today in the NBA G League, so I'll go over that real quick. No, that's okay. My day's fine. No, it's okay if you're the only one chatting. I'm just going over information, and then we can discuss things. In the G League, there's only 3 games today. You have Delaware versus Westchester. You have Long Island versus College Park. You have Sioux Falls versus Windy City. So, I pick Delaware to defeat Westchester. I choose College Park to defeat Long Island. And I choose Sioux Falls to defeat Windy City. All right, now let's look at the NBA games, the regular NBA games. What I'll do is I'll tell you who's playing, and then I'll go back through and tell you who I think my picks will be for winning them. You have Detroit versus Boston. You have New York Knicks versus Charlotte. Milwaukee versus Miami. Indiana versus Toronto. Minnesota versus Oklahoma City. Memphis versus New Orleans. Houston versus Golden State. San Antonio versus Portland, and Phoenix versus Sacramento. Now, in terms of who will win those games, I have Boston to defeat Detroit, the New York Knicks to defeat Charlotte, Milwaukee to defeat Miami, Toronto to defeat Indiana, Minnesota to defeat Oklahoma City, New Orleans to defeat Memphis, Golden State defeats Houston, San Antonio to defeat Portland, and Sacramento to defeat Phoenix. Now, let's move on to the National Hockey League, and we will now go over the same format. I'll mention who is playing in the National Hockey League today, and after I go through who's playing, then I'll tell you who I think will win the games. And again, with these picks, these are just my picks. You know, I could be totally wrong or I could be right, but I always make these picks and having fun, so let's just go with it. All right, in the National Hockey League today, you have Nashville versus Detroit, Calgary versus Tampa Bay, Philadelphia versus Florida, St. Louis versus New Jersey, Boston versus the New York Rangers. You have Buffalo versus Pittsburgh, Winnipeg versus Washington, the other New York team versus Carolina. You have Toronto versus Columbus. You have Minnesota versus Chicago. You have San Jose versus Colorado. Montreal versus Utah, Ottawa versus Vegas, Vancouver versus Anaheim, Dallas versus Seattle. So, now that we have that, let's go over who I think will win the games. You have Detroit. I have Detroit defeating Nashville, Calgary defeating Tampa Bay, Florida defeating Philadelphia, New Jersey defeats St. Louis, Boston defeats the other New York team, Buffalo defeats Pittsburgh, Washington defeats Winnipeg, Carolina defeats the New York Rangers, Columbus defeats Toronto, Minnesota defeats Chicago, San Jose defeats Colorado, Montreal defeats Utah, Vegas defeats Ottawa, Anaheim defeats Vancouver, and Dallas defeats Seattle. So there you have it. That is Hoops and Pucks and Wednesdays, oh my. And keep in mind, there were other basketball games that took place, and I would have been able to go over those games had I gotten to be able to do this live stream a little earlier. But that's okay, we'll make up for it next week. Anyway, any questions, comments regarding my picks? We just went over the AP poll for both teams in college basketball for men and women. We went over the games that have yet to be played and my picks for those for the men and women college games. We looked at the NBA games, we looked at NBA G League, and we looked at the National Hockey League. So thank you very much for tuning into this live stream today. I know it's a short one compared to normal, but that happens sometimes. If you will, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, and please hit the notification bell so you can be made aware of when I'm doing these live streams, when I have sports action videos, when I have sports education videos, again, when I broadcast live, or when I have breaking news in the sports world. I do greatly appreciate that. You can, if you wish to